Hello everyone, I'm Socksway Welcome back to Software Inc. Dumpster Fire Studios doing well. We'll start off today by, going along a little bit of a...
blah 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 blah.
What did I do?
Blah 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 blah.
Why can't I hear them?
Blah 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 blah.
Okay. that was interesting. All right, so you can see we got a lot of people bored. We have 13 idle employees. So let's start off after the distraction. A little bit of a recap. So far, we have 2 video games going, really. We have Crystal Blade, and then we have the Landfill Tycoon series. We just released last episode Dumpster 3D, our first 3D editor. And to be completely honest with you, that's going to change our tactic. First thing we're going to do today is we're going to build out a 3D specific team for our 3D editor. We're going to use project management to get that going. I'm going to go ahead and get that set up. I'll go over in detail everything that we've set up in a minute for you. All right, that's a little longer than I suspected, but here we go. Manage teams. We have the 3D editor team. You see 15 employees. Under HR management, we've set up 7 developers, 4 designers, and 2 artists. Right now we have 1 under service. I got to figure out what's going on there. Other than that, we're balanced pretty good. We have 1 extra employee. We'll get that figured out long term. One of the oversights that I had was our leader isn't really a leader, so she's not showing up under an option to set as a leader for the 3D editor team. So we come in here, Nikki does not show up. I think we need to get, if we get back to that screen, I think we need to get the education going on the leader for Nikki to be able to utilize that better long term. You can see before I promoted Nikki to leader of this new team, there was nothing in the next point area of lead. Hopefully that increases pretty quickly. We'll see. We shall see. Designer is the main task, leads also, and then secondary on programming. And then we also did that pretty much the same over the board with all these. We didn't finish, the artists. So we got to come in here. We're going to change role. The best way that I like to do that is go to details so I can see what they're good at. This one we want to have primary as programmer. So we'll get the rest of these off, and secondary as artist. And kind of just walk down and make sure we have everything set up for these the right way. So we have another programmer here. So taking a look over here, we have 2 new screens. We have the 3D editor, which is a program management task, and Sims games, which are program management tasks. If we come in here, we can see that we've set everything up. Dante's not the leader, but we do have the 3D team on the design and the development. Secondary, we added dev team 2 to kind of help out. The support teams will still take care of all of our support tasks, and marketing will take care of marketing. We put development time at 200%, hopefully hoping to get a high quality when we release it. We're going to do updates. We're going to update tech levels. We're going to do iterations of 3 for updates for 3 years. Marketing, we're going to hype. We got everything pretty much selected. Single IP, that's all we want them to work on. Eventually we might add more, who knows. We want this 200,000. Oh, this is 0 just in the wrong place. There we go, we'll do that. And you can see they're already working on an update. They're fixing some bugs, so we'll have them do that. I believe, if I understand this right, once enough of these design points get high enough, they will automatically add the sequel, since we have only sequels selected for the, scrolling's not working, for the prototype software of Dumpster 3D. We'll get that going. Hopefully that'll kick in soon. Same thing here with the sim games. Eventually, we're going to have more than 1 sim game. That's why I didn't call this Landfill Tycoon. We're going to add in some more. We're going to add in some more IPs to this, another type of simulation game. And then eventually we'll have that adventure game to take over for Crystal Blade. We'll also get some project management going. And then also probably a 2D editor soon and our own audio tool. But let's go ahead and get this going. We're going to kick it into gear, see if we can get the Sims games to get going. You can see this update's going nice, getting all those bugs fixed as they come in. Gonna keep up to date with that. Eventually probably do some tech updates. Yeah, we're gonna make some profit here. We got a little bit of boredom, but I'm hoping in a couple cycles here, we'll start seeing the next project queued. If not, we'll help that out by selecting it in the project, the develop software tab there, and just add it directly. Same thing with the Sims game. If they don't get going soon, we'll have to help them out. We have 28 employees idle. Definitely going to fix that soon. We're going to get things ramped up, efficient, and keep it going. But here's the little layout we went with. Decided to utilize the space a little bit better because I'm not ready to move. So I wanted to fit more people per room, so we can fit 6 in here at this layout. Probably could sneak in 1 or 2 more. Probably 1 more. But then 4 in this small space. So we can come over here and we can duplicate that. So we got 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 people. And 16 people, that'd be 32 per floor on this one, which gives us some time to expand prior to having to move to a building, which I'm also really getting close to designing. I'm not sure how much those cost, so I want to get the funds a little bit higher before we buy our own building and start designing it and get into that. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump forward, make sure everything's going good, make sure we get into some design phases so people aren't bored. And you can see here we have queued up Landfill Tycoon. They call it 4, Landfill Tycoon 4. Beautiful. They're gonna take control of that. We're gonna see how it goes. Over here, we still don't have Dumpster Fire 3D 2 queued up. We'll see how that goes. We might have to help them out. I'm not sure why that hasn't kicked in yet. Maybe it's too new, but we'll jump ahead in the future here and come back to you. Right now it's 1995. We're chugging along. This is kind of interesting. We got a little pop-up that says the support operating systems for Dumpster Fire 3D no longer have any users to sell to. If we look at the details here, we have active users 160,000, and we have pretty much almost everyone that uses this operating system uses our software. So we're a little ahead of our time. I think this will take care of itself. We're gonna stay the course. We're gonna keep releasing updates, but we're taking a financial hit. And you can see here, 1998 is when the first release here of Landfill Tycoon 4 with project management is due to hit the stores or hit the shelves. So with that being said, we have 3 years of no income since the 3D editor stopped selling, and we don't have anything queued for that yet. I'm hoping that happens soon. But what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and duplicate this setup across here, and we're gonna get the 2D editor team going. And we're gonna not use project management for that to get that out quicker and then switch it to project management. Man, this is taking a nice turn. This is gonna speed us up long-term or progress the company quicker. It's not gonna speed up our progress playing, but it's gonna help us with automation and keep us going, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and rinse and repeat what we did with the 3D team, and I will get back with you with our new 2D team. So we're starting to build out this team, and we wanted to start with a leader that is also a designer with the skill of 2D editor. So with the design or the creativity is not as high as I'd like. So we're gonna keep looking around here and see. That's more of a potential here. That's even more potential. Not good, but right here, this 2D editor with Brenda. Brenda is a snob and mean. Or Basil is sunshine, under the weather, stressed, gets stressed easily. These options aren't great. Here is an independent, slow eater, stressed, doesn't get tired, but also could lead and design 2D editor. So between Hale here and Basil, who do we go with? Compatibility is probably going to be better with someone. We're definitely going to rule out, was it Brenda? Yeah, Brenda, because of the snob mean. We don't want that as our leader. So if we go here, 2D editor, 85 to 87 for creativity. And Hale is 39 to 72. I think we're going to go here, go higher, and then we'll go into team management and get all the HR set up. It should be easy for this employee. Can they manage it? Can they manage hiring? Details cannot. So we will have to manage hiring until we get that first upgrade, and we'll want to put that first leadership upgrade here to let, what was the name again? To let Basil? I don't know how that's pronounced. I think it's Basil Stevens take over the hiring. So we're going to get this all populated with all the team members that we need, and we'll let you know how it looks. All right, so we are back at it. So now we look at this team. We increased our employees like crazy. So Hopefully things start picking up and all the teams are busy and these idle employees drop down. And then we start making some money because we just added this other team that hasn't shown up yet. They should show up on the next month because we just hired all of them. But our other floors, we got a bunch of people that are bored. You can see the iteration of Dumpster 2D has not started yet because those employees haven't really showed up. Employees unhappy with their job, we'll figure that out. But then we look at the options here. Let's see how the sim game's coming along. It's in the design phase. So they are physically designing the game. Marketing is taking over now and doing its job. And here we still haven't started Dumpster 3D 2 yet. Maybe it's waiting until the 3 years is over, but we probably, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to our let's slow this down. Let's let it run slow while we're doing this. Dumpster 3D, we're gonna make a sequel. Everything's locked in. We're not gonna increase anything else. You're just kind of hoping that'll get it rolling and we can start getting some tech updates as better 3D tech comes out. I think we're a little ahead of the game. I think we're a little ahead of the game here on what's going on with the 3D part of things. We can see here now we're looking at April of 1998 when we'll be able to get that release out. So they'll queue that up now. They'll get design going. Our design is going. So now we should have less people idle. We still have 13, which is spread out across teams. I think that'll take care of itself here in a little bit as we, just dive into this and get things rolling. So we'll go ahead and jump ahead into the future a little bit and kind of report back when some fun things happen. Okay, we might have something that's going to save us here. There's only 6,600 active users on this new operating system that just came out this month. We are going to go ahead and port Dumpster 3D to it. We're going to get that going with a priority of 10. We want to get that done as fast as possible to potentially get some sales coming back. You can see we're at about $2 million in cash. We're going to have to pull some of our investments out. We're bleeding over a quarter million a month. The other months we were at 343,000 that we're losing. Just bleeding money right now. We'll get that port hopefully done here in January, potentially. And we'll see what happens if we go. How do we go back to that? All software, operating system. Actually, the most recent sold, they got 68,000 active users. So that's going to help us out, I think. We get that port going. Hopefully we get some sales going again on that while we wait for these other cycles to finish up. We're in iteration 3 of Dumpster 2D. We got the other things going. We got design going of Dumpster 3D. We got design going of Landfill Tycoon as well. And next we're going to get Crystal Blade going for another sequel soon, as well as possibly another simulation game. Once this gets out of in June, when we get into the dev cycle of it, we're going to go ahead and kick in another game into the design cycle as well. So it looks like we were right. So if we look at Dumpster 3D, if we go to details here, all of a sudden sales kicked back up. We got that going. And we absolutely had our best month of sales on it. So that is still alive. That is still chugging along. That operating system being released potentially was company saving. I don't think we're underestimating that. Let's look at these other games here. Let's go ahead and slow it down while we do that. Crystal Blade, if we go to the details, we can see sales is still trickling a little bit. Let's look at Landfill Tycoon 3. If we look at the details, sales is pretty much done. We might actually take a look at support on that. There we go. 10,000 active users. I think we keep that. Dumpster 3D, we got 90,000 active users. The queue's looking good. Support team is doing their job. Absolutely crushing it. We'll get through this third iteration for our 2D software. We'll get that going. We should be in development soon for one of these games. Let's take a look here. In June, we start development for Landfill Tycoon 4. And in May, in a couple months, we start development for the new version of Dumpster 3D. So we're going to get things going. Things are coming along. It seems like we've got the company saved at the moment. We're almost at 30 million, which very quickly, let's see after this ticks over. Night ticked over and we are over 30 million. Let's pause that and look at sales again. Dumpster 3D absolutely saving the company. Another record-breaking month for us in sales for that. So we're gonna do something here that I Gotta be honest, I don't really understand or know what it does. I assume it's a way of distributing software digitally. There's 3 companies in the game right now. We're gonna create Dumpster Hub. We're gonna give it all the features. It's gonna take less than a year. We're gonna develop that as well, and we're gonna see if we can just potentially get some more income from that. And that's gonna go on server 0. We're gonna have to probably organize our servers a little bit better here soon, now that we're doing more things. But yeah, we'll kick that into high gear. We are about almost a little over a third of the way done with Dumpster 2D. You know, we got another 2 years before we have 2 games, or 1 game hit and another 3D editor hit. Profits are still looking good. We're at 40 million as a company. Things are kind of, again, those new OSs coming out have really saved the day. Let's see if there's another one to port to yet. Let's just grab all of those, and there is. We're gonna go ahead and port to that. And we're kind of trying to monopolize that industry, really. If we look at types, 3D editors, there's 2 of them on the market. Ours was outstanding. The other one was mediocre. We're dominating. Absolutely dominating. We've made almost 30 million alone from that single software release. And we have another one coming. So that's going to be our cash cow, as we kind of thought. And then we're going to get games going, and we're getting really close. We're getting really close to being a really ridiculously profitable company. 40 million quickly in this year. I mean, we're almost through 1996. I kind of wish we could look at like per year our income. I'll figure, oh, look, if we go to year, we go to sheet per year. We can see here, this is pretty sweet. So if we come on over, let's see, we were doing good, you know, at the beginning, because we're a small company, and we have a big 1983 was a big year for us, almost 3 million. And then we had a low year in, whoops, I see how that's going. Then, you know, then it keeps going up, and then a low year in 86. All these years were profitable, and then we had 1990 where we lost money, and 91 we lost money, and then 92 we kicked it back up. And then all of a sudden, in 1996 here, we're in September still, and we've profited $15 million already. 30 million in sales of software. Most of that's going to be 3D, or Dumpster 3D. Dumpster 2D potentially could do the same. Audio Tool potentially could do the same. And those are really going to fund us making these games that are going to make us even more money. So we're going to keep chugging along. Hopefully there's something interesting to show you in a little bit as we get this other port going. And Dumpster Hub's coming along pretty slowly, but that's okay. Well, this is sad. Glenda, can we move that over? Yeah, Glenda Farmer has passed away, and 12 years of service to the company. Reason died. That's why they were terminated with a 0 payout, which reminded me of something that I wanted to do, if I can remember where to find it. I wanted to start adding a few things here. Let's add, you know, death insurance of, let's give them $100,000. Remember, we're simulating being a real company, and now that we're grown a little bit, health insurance is definitely something that we're gonna have to take into account here. I don't know what's like a normal amount and how this is gonna really kill us. We're gonna throw in, let's do $100 a month for their pension. Minimum raise, let's leave that. Severance pay, if they get terminated, we're gonna give them 100% of their salary. Paid vacation, everything's there. Vacation months, Christmas bonus, no company car really. Pension, we got everything. Minimum raise, let's go ahead. We're gonna say, let's just handle that the way we were. So now we have that going. Our income's gonna take a little bit of a hit from that, but I think that'll be okay. I mean, we're a rich company, we got $41 million, but we don't want to see that happen and people, you know, leave empty-handed and not have health insurance and all of that. Again, simulating as a real company here. Kind of an oversight of mine beforehand, but we got that up and running now. And I think that's good. I think that's good stuff. And potentially that, I don't know if that affects the type of people that we can hire, knowing that we have better benefits. Potentially it will, if this is, you know, working the way I think it does. So yeah, we'll go with that. And we're almost done with development of Dumpster 2D. We got one of the press releases out. We're writing another one. Not too many followers, but neither did 3D editor didn't have very many followers either. Why did that jump up there? Whoops. Let's drag that back down. There we go. We're looking good on these. Marketing's not losing money anywhere. 130,000 active users. Crystal Blade still has 8,200 active users. Looking good. I will check in with you in a little bit. All right, one thing we talked about, and I kind of dropped the ball here. We've been in development for a little bit here. And I forgot to add another game. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come in here. We're going to go develop software. We're gonna drop down to game. We're gonna go to simulation. And we're gonna come up with a name here. Let's see, just random things. Let's see, we accidentally said roller coaster. Let's not do that. We're gonna do farm simulator. Just farming. Let's do farming. Why not? And then we'll put that on main. Original IP is fine. And we'll add project management to it of sim games. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Let's look at the options here. Prototype software will get added eventually. Okay, I guess we're just going with that and letting the team take the rest because we didn't select any features. So I guess that's what happens. But we're in April. We're a year away from our next release of our 3D software. We are very close to going into beta of Dumpster 2D. And the design team for the 3D editor is idle right now. Options, they don't really have anything else to do, which kind of silly that I don't know what else you'd have them do. No one on that team is idle though, so that's good because they are hired to be able to do multiple tasks and those secondary roles. So I think that'll be okay. You can see here we are designing the farm simulator. That release is going to be around the same time, which is kind of interesting. Hopefully that spreads out later on and gets a little bit more balanced out as time goes. It should. We'll keep those teams happy. We might add Dev Team 2 to some more things in the sim game, potentially. We might even just shift to a games team. I was thinking about doing each genre, but we'll see how that goes. I hit the record button. We did do one iteration for reviews of Dumpster 2D, and it got a 9.1. So I think we're going to see how far it pushes back the development phase and potentially just do the one review and get that out and then let the project management, when we add that, take over. Interesting stuff. Having fun here. It did kick it back ways. Let's do another review. Let's just kind of see where we're at with that. 9.5, I'm happy with that. We'll do one more iteration, which was a quick one. And then we got, quite a ways to go on development of that again. That pushed us back a little bit, but we're looking good still. We got 15 million in the bank, 24,000 in our bonds, and we're losing 680,000. That was because of the reviews, I believe. Salaries, HR. Wow, we're at 4 million. Also, I'm a dork. I'm on annually for 4 million. Monthly, we're still sitting at 300,000 for salaries. So, yeah. It's kind of a nice view, though. You can see how we're doing for the year so far. We are negative for the year. Last year, we finished with 15.2 million profit, and we're getting close. It looks like this year, the editor is going to come out. The new 3D editor is going to come out in November. They've sped up progress on that. Landfill Tycoon has not. It's still August of 98. So that's nice, though. It separates our releases a little bit and allows our profit to be a little bit better. Finley, you okay, bud? Yeah, my buddy, my doggy. One thing that'll be interesting to figure out is what happens when we release this. Are we going to get the notification? I don't think we did. Next release is none. It didn't really accept all of that. You can have a luxury car. Why not? It did not. So maybe we go in here. There we go. We can see them here. We got a 5-star, a 5-star, and a 3-star. Not too shabby. Let's see. We did have our first sale, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Dumpster 3D2 details, $4.3 million in sales, and our in-stock is fine for now. And we should be good. We'll see how things go and go from there. You can see we got support going on here. We got marketing, which is netting a ridiculous amount of money. Hype going for something else, and we've already started the design of the next one. It might be waste to have that many 3D editors coming out at the same time, or not the same time, but in I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It may be a mistake. It may not be a mistake. We'll find out. We'll see how things go. Financial side. Just wanted to give an update. 1998 is here. 1997 is over. We did end up making almost $4 million that year because of the release of Dumpster 3D 2, and things are going good. So we're getting close again for the 2D editor. Hopefully we'll be able to get that into beta, set a release date here in 98. So we should have 3 things coming our way in 1998. Should be a really big year. We might jump up to maybe 60 million. We'll see how it goes. This Dumpster 2, let's see, is going good. Sales dropped a little bit, but that's okay. And if we look at our project management for that, we can still see that we are working on an update. And that should include tech updates when they're available to us, as well as bug fixes coming in as part of that update. And marketing's still looking pretty good. We're not wasting money there. 1998 again this year. Oh, we'll get into the development phase. In 2001 will be the release. That's not too bad. That's about 3 years. Come over to our sim games. Again, they're lined up together. Might be a little bit of a problem. Dumpster 3D is close, or 2D is very close to getting into alpha or into beta. We'll get it there and we'll get back with you. So something interesting has happened here. Dante James has retired. Only a $1,400 payout, which would have been better if we had, the pension going beforehand. But that means we need to look at Dev Team 2 and look at their employees and see if there's anyone on the leadership side that could take over, or if we need to hire. It looks like we need to hire a new leader for that team. So let's go ahead. That's something I don't think can happen. I mean, if we go to our HR, go to manage teams, HR management is now set to no, which in previously it was set to yes while, was it Dion? Yeah, while Dion was with us. So we'll go higher. We're gonna go ahead and do, whoops, Dev Team 2. Too low. All right, let's go for lead, none, select team, Dev Team 2. We're just gonna have to go in there, I guess. No specialty. Maybe that's the problem. It is not. All right, begin search. Compatibility, great. HR is what we're wanting right there. 42-year-old Jennifer Schultz, and is modest, a born leader, and gets stressed easily. I think that'll be okay. But that's gonna be our new lead on that team. Let's go into our team management, Dev Team 2. Did we just hire? Did we just do that wrong? Did we really just do that wrong? Didn't change teams. That's unfortunate. Where did that individual end up? Let's just see what happens. We go here, we go begin search, and 2D editor team. So the 2D editor team, oh, that potentially screwed us over there. If you change teams to compatibility is not terrible, but not great. Change roles, leader. Let's just do just leader. And okay, that's taken care of. We are 93% done with Dumpster 2D and about 80% done with Dumpster Hub. And we should be having 2 products released soon. They're both in development, which kind of bothers me. I was hoping it would avoid that. One's in beta though, which is weird that it would come out that quick. I guess the farmer simulator is going to be pretty cheesy and pretty not very many features. With August right around the corner, we're about to go into beta with 2 products the same month. It looks like that we're going to release potentially 2 games. Very cool. So we'll go here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to promote Dumpster Hub. And we need just 1 more % of art. And even though we don't get that, we're going to go ahead and promote it anyways. It's been sitting there for a while. So we'll jump into August here. We're gonna have to pause it a little bit. Let's look. There's no marketing apparently for the distribution platform, but we'll go to marketing for the 2D platform. We're going to say it's August, so let's go to 1999. We're gonna go February of 1999 for that. We're gonna market it. We'll do a, one of those. We'll do marketing. We'll do another press release. We'll get that going. We'll see how the bugs go for the distribution hub and go from there. Maybe it doesn't have bugs. I'm not sure. I've never done one before. Yeah, there is bugs going. So we'll let that kind of crank up a little bit. Same with this. So we have till February. We're going to get these games released, which looks like pause. That's the wrong one. Let's go here. We're still looking for August 1998, but it looks like our, oh. Let's look at our releases. It's kind of interesting how we don't see that stuff. But we do have our farm simulator out, which quality was good. Not great, it's just good. 0 active users, no sales. Retail price $12. It's a cheap game. Let's see, we skipped over to a month. We have 1,000, no, this isn't good. Project management team, what was that? Has just released Landfill Tycoon 4, which already has 13,000 active users and only 1,000 on. Pretty good month sales wise. We got 25,000 or 25 million in sales. Well, that's the year. For August, it looked like we had about 6 million, almost 6 million in sales. Really, really awesome. And we're coming up on Dumpster 3D 2. Oh, that's hard to say. Dumpster 3D 3 in a couple years. So kind of awesome, a lot going on. And this management that we're doing is pretty sweet. Almost 200,000 active users on our 3D editor, which is almost, it's getting close. It's gonna break the 34 million that the first one made. Let's look here. I wonder if we need to do this ourselves. These ports. So we could port to these 3 things. We can do that. The simulator we could port to things as well. We're just gonna grab all these teams and we're just gonna port like crazy. Why not? I think this is the right thing to do. I don't know. Landfill Tycoon 4. We're gonna overdo it though, aren't we? 32 ports. Let's change that somehow. I didn't mean to do 32 ports. Let's cancel that. Let's cancel it. Let's pause. Let's go back to our releases. Let's go to the farm simulator. Let's do ports, and we're going to not pick the 3D editor team because they don't need to be on that. And we're going to sort by active users, and we will take up to the 500,000 range. So that makes it should be just 4 things that are porting, and we'll let that go. We'll see what happens there. We'll close it out. A lot has happened. We did almost hit 60 million so far. We might after the clock changes here. Pretty dang close. It's coming along nice. Everything's coming along nice. We'll get through 1998, see where we're at, do a little recap of everything, talk about plans for the next episode, but let's go ahead and get these few months out of the way, the last quarter of the year, and I'll let you know where we're at. We got robbed. We got robbed. We can restore our furniture. That's... Look, the guy's still here. Is he gonna go take more stuff? I don't understand. We have security cameras everywhere. And during business hours, we came in and got robbed. That's a first. That's a nice way to end the year, I guess. It's everyone's about to go home. Maybe for the Christmas break. We're gonna get December over with. See where we're at. Hit that button one more time and all of our profits and everything have kicked in. Go to finances. Let's switch this over to a year. We made 24 million. So 96 was a pretty good year with 15 million. 97, we did almost 4. And then 1998, we cranked it out with 24 million, almost 50 million in sales. We are hitting almost 70 million as a company now. We have our dumpster distribution, our dumpster hub is out there. We have a tiny bit of the market. But I believe if we go to like all companies, we can sort by wealth products. Let's do like something that was just released and try to do like an exclusive deal. Okay, they're not interested because we don't have enough users on our platform. So if we go to something that's like good, and we try that, nope. So nothing is really, here's one. So we have an operating system that, oh, it doesn't show up at all because you can't distribute an operating system. So these other things, they're just not working for us. So that might have been a waste. I'll have to look into that a little bit. If anybody knows what I need to do to boost that, let me know. But we're going to get to February. We're going to release Dumpster 2D, and then we'll end this episode and kind of do an update, like overview of where everything's at, and talk about, again, like I mentioned earlier, upcoming next plans. But yeah, we'll get through February and let you know where we're at. Okay, major oversight. The support teams are not able to keep up, and they are on HR management. So we're going to come in here and we'll go service. We're going to go 10. Support, yeah, that's fine. Is that leader able to hire, though? We go to employees, and no. Okay, what about support 2? Employees, leader is able to hire. So the team 2 HR management will pump this up to 10. Close that. Support 1 will go, they'll go back down to service of 5. That's fine. And then we'll also take a look at that because that employee had on service, or support 2 had some education. Sequels, iterations, multitasking. Yeah, let's do that. Should help. And hopefully, I was looking at this down here. I was like, man, there's a lot of bugs for Dumpster Hub. And then the queue is just ridiculous. So there's 4.6 million people using it with only a 0.1%. 1% market, which I'm a little confused on that. February, oh, pause it. We got to do something here. Release that. Release this. Uh-oh. 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 All right, 30,000 in marketing. Finley really wants out of the room. Order copies. Let's do 250,000. And let's let that go. Negative, because we ordered a bunch of those. Sales was only 1.6 million. So let's look at our releases here. 3D2 details. Sales have slowed down to nothing. Product is run as we ran out of potential customers again. So we are just killing the market there. And then on the 2D details, we sold 171,000. 3,000 copies. I'm really sad. We had a good record going of not missing anything. Fort now has, yeah, enough people, but that really kind of messed us up. All right, sorry, I let the puppy out of the room. What we're gonna do, we're gonna see this update for Dumpster Hub. We're gonna release that because that did upgrade a lot of the technology on there, and then we're just gonna do a bug fix update there. So we are, let's go ahead and get to April. Made a little bit of money here, a little bit of money of sales. Things aren't, they're not as amazing as we were hoping. So in the 90s, you know, we did Landfill Tycoon 3, profited 5 million, profited 6 million with Crystal Blade, profited 34 million with Dumpster 3D. Dumpster 3D 2 profited 37 million. Farming Simulator was a failure. Hopefully the next one will be better than good. Landfill Tycoon 4, Creativity Ordinary. How is that? We're gonna update this to 300. It's gonna slow things down. Actually, let's keep it paused. So we don't want to worry about that till next time. But the games were great and creativity was inspiring, and then all of a sudden ordinary. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that is because William's gonna be stressed. Let's actually get him in the office. Okay, William is in the office now. Satisfaction 100. I think I saw something about their creativity will kind of go away or be hurt by developing things too quickly or having multiple tasks. So, which is concerning that the great and inspiring. Oh, because that's interesting. So we go over here, is the lead, but is not on design team 1. So does that make, let's look at this. Landfill Tycoon 4, details. Avery was the designer. Okay. We got a lot to think about. Let's go ahead and recap. You know, we were kind of going through the recap, but we did screw that up. So I would think on Farming Simulator, we also go to, oh, what a mistake. Details, and Avery did design that as well. So that's why it was not outstanding. The 2D software was outstanding, inspiring. So we have a few months to see if that kicks up. I think it will. We'll do some porting of that as well, potentially. We'll take a look. There's things to port to. And then the 3D, nothing to port to on the 3D. So that stuff's kind of like, right now we instantly run out of our profit on that, which is a little frustrating, but not too bad. But active user wise, we're looking good. You know, Landfill Tycoon 4, not too great. We're looking like somewhat of a bad software or video game company right now. So we'll have to make some adjustments. We've learned from our mistakes there. So that probably means that they're selecting the best designer and not necessarily the leader. So I hired a little differently in this project management. Where is that at? So over here, Dante is the leader because I was kind of being silly there. We need Nikki there, which was not available earlier, but that puts Nikki there. But if we go to software on the 3D, the details, it was Nikki. So we wanted Nikki to be the designer, and that's why that turned out to be great and inspiring. So now we have that sorted out. We need to get William moved over to the design team since we're not going in here developing software and picking William as the lead designer. It looks like the best person. So if we go to design team, on teams, design team 1, we go to employees. Avery's going to be the best fit for that design for a 2D or for the games, and with no system background, it kind of is a little rough. Even though, yeah, 69 ordinary. So that didn't turn out as good as we thought. Let's look at Avery's portfolio. Where's the portfolio at? Oh, we could see, there it is. Portfolio, outstanding, inspiring. Well, I'm wondering if that's because we did more iterations on Crystal Blade. So, all right. Well, this has been a little longer than I thought. We have missed queues, so we have some things to do with support. We got to get support improved. We got to get these fixes for our distribution network, which we have 0.2% of the market. Stability is pretty low on that apparently. So we'll get that sorted out. And we'll get the 2D editor into project management as well as expand project management. Upcoming releases, Farm Simulator 2 is looking good. I'm wondering if when these fill up, we'll see Landfill Tycoon 5 pop in here. And then we go back to our 3D editor. March 2001, it's coming out, and August 2002. So now we're going to start seeing things start spread out release-wise, which should help us with maintaining our profits and not losing money. Even though if we look at our year over year, we're doing good. The last pretty much decade, we've been looking pretty good. The 90s, we made a ton of money. And next episode, we will get into the 2000s. Y2K, here we come. I'm Socks Way Up, and I'll catch you on the next episode.